Hello, family. It's another edition, another episode of Marriage Monday. I'm super excited, as usual, to be sitting on this couch and to have really uncomfortable but good conversations with you. And today I want to speak about the statement, love is blind. I think we've all heard it. I mean, there's even a TV show that's called Love is Blind. One of my favorite shows. But I don't personally think love is blind. I think the statement is not true. I think this is for a lot of singles. I think in many a times when we're dating, when we're in relationships, it's because we choose not to see things. Not that we don't see them, we choose not to see them. A good friend of mine, Mr. Hakeem Anderson, says, how about you close your ears and open your eyes? If you want to say it like this, how about you don't listen with your ears and listen with your eyes? In many a times, all the time in relationships, people show us who they are. Maya Angelou said it. Believe them the first time. It's who they are. But what do? We paint the red flags white. And any flag that is painted of an unnatural color of its origin, if put outside with the heavy current of wind or natural disaster, is going to blow away its color that has been painted, or a home that hasn't been built right and was cut corners. If there's a current or there's a natural disaster, it's going to fall quicker than any other home surrounding it that has been built correctly. The cracks are going to start showing on the walls. But these are not cracks you did not know of. These are cracks you did, but you chose to ignore or not to see because of what you were hopeful for, of what you thought your relationship could be, of what you thought this person can be. So when we date, right, siyajola. And most of the times when we date, especially as black folk, you live at home, he lives at home, uyakucheka. Uyakwazi ukucheka ngithi uyakucheka. He comes and he sees you on some days. He takes you out on a date. He comes back and he brings you back home. So you see only just a bit of that. You see the glorious part of him. You see the glorious part of her. That happens when you're dating. But in your dating season and phase, you guys go through life. If you date long enough as well. Let me point that out. If you date long enough, you see certain things. You see how they deal with pressure, work pressure. You see how they deal with conflict. You see how they deal with death. You see how they speak and talk to their mother or their father or their siblings. You see how they handle their friends. You see how they handle liquor. You see how they handle, if he smokes weed, you see how he handles weed. You literally see all of him, but we choose to say, no, I did not see that because of what you wanted to see. But now, then you say love is blind. Love is not blind. If you're going to go with that statement, you're going to get married, and can I tell you, umshado, marriage is going to rip that bandage off so fast, it'll sober you up. You will remember everything you saw while dating. You remember that, oh my gosh, he was a person who liked the streets, vele. Like every time he made excuses to say, oh, babe, I have to see the boys. Oh, babe, I have to hang out with the girls. Babe, there's a party here and here. And he couldn't stay still. He couldn't sit at home. He couldn't find himself indoors with you at any point. He wanted you guys to be outdoors all the time. And now it starts manifesting in your marriage. Now he's all about the streets, and this is not the person. No, it is. You just chose the statement, love is blind, because it suited you. It made sense to you. And at that time, but now you're in a confined space like marriage. Yes, it's confined because it's just you two figuring life out. You're in a confined space of figuring things out. You're in what I call a pressure cooker. Marriage is a pressure cooker because you guys go through unexpected things in your marriage. You go through retrenchments. You go through death. You go through traumas, that inner child traumas that you did not even know that your partner had and now start showing because of certain problems in your marriage. Now it starts coming back to your partner or to you that, oh my gosh, I dealt with this as a child, I dealt with this as a boy or a girl, and now I'm struggling to deal with it in my marriage. That person closes up, they close off, they're not the person you know anymore, or you married. But you saw this, you just painted it white. If you didn't paint it white, you just chose to ignore it completely. Marriage is a pressure cooker. It will rip the bandage off so fast. I mean, it will either leave you not wanting to be there or questioning the person you married. And in many times, I think that's unfair because you saw it earlier. You saw it dating. You saw the red flags and then you decided to paint them all white. And now you're dealing with a person who can't deal with problems, who can't make the problem the problem. You start becoming the problem. His parents start becoming the problem. His friends start becoming the problem. Why are you always on the street, babe? No, because I can't deal with this. I can't be this person, da 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 da. This is the person he was before you dated. He lost his grandmother or his mother before you got married, and you saw how he dealt with that. He drank liquor like a crazy person. He never came back home. So many things you saw, and you chose to ignore, or you chose to hope for the best. Marriage doesn't need somebody who's going to be hoping for the best. It needs a real person. It needs real people who can deal with real problems and who are willing to go into the ring together. If you're finding somebody who can spar with you, I don't know if you know what sparring is, but like sparring is literally fighting and hoping for an end result, a desired result. I go back to that again, a desired result. If you don't have somebody who can spar with you in the ring or who can tango, it takes two to tango. If you can't find somebody who can tango with you, then you're in trouble. It's very important that in the beginning of your dating phase, in your single phase, you start being honest and truthful about who the person you're dating is. Shut your ears, open your eyes, listen with your eyes. Don't listen to who they tell you they are. Rather listen with your eyes and see them for who they are. They show you. They don't lie. Especially, I mean, Hakeem says this a lot. Mr. Anderson says this a lot. They show you who they are. And pick a struggle. Is that what I want to struggle with? Is it not? Can I not? Is it something I can deal with? So in many a times, I feel we get ourselves into marriage with these problems and then find ourselves now having to pay for doctors and therapy and all of that, when you could have avoided the situation, when you could have chosen yourself and they could have chosen yourself. You could have made life easier for them, because you end up frustrating each other in the institution of marriage. So I'm just here to basically say love is not blind. It is very seeing and it is very knowing. I'll say that again. Love is not blind. Love is very seeing and it's very knowing. Once you get into marriage, you are sobered up quicker than anything, because it will hit you with unexpected situations and events. And remember, we don't marry personality, we marry character. So if you date long enough, you're able to see the character of the person you're with. This is especially for singles. Take my 2 cents, take my advice, look at the red flags, and if they things you can't stand for, choose you, be out, and find somebody who you can do this life thing with, who you can spar with, and who you can tangle with through loss, retrenchment, death, you name it, you can do it with them. Anyway, love you all. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at LadyLoveDog1, at Married Girls Club, and on YouTube, The Mehlema Cools, The Cool Clan. Like, share, and subscribe. And like I always say, let us be a generation of healthy, successful marriages. I'll see you next week, Monday.